Welcome to Victorious Living with Pastor Anu. Get your paper and pen. Let's learn today. If you're in your car, driving and listening, be safe. You can watch and listen to the program on KKVV, Facebook, and YouTube anytime. Like, comment, and share the program. Let's make this world a better place to live. And let's start with your life. You are important. That is why you need to live victorious.
Hello, friends. Yes, you are very, very, very important to God, and that is why you need to live victorious. The very reason that He wants you to be victorious, He gave His one and only Son on the cross, and by the way of the cross, you are not only free to live a fulfilled life here on earth, you have a great eternity with Him, with your Father. How is that possible? How can I be born right now and avail the benefit that Jesus did 2000 years ago? You need to get hold of a Bible. This is my new Bible. I'm loving it. And you need to get hold of a Bible and read through it, page to page, cover to cover. I'm in my Indian outfit today. This program is coming to you live from Las Vegas KKVV studio, and it is also available on Facebook and YouTube. You can go back and check anytime. So today I want to just navigate to your thoughts a little bit towards fear of God and how it can benefit you to live a very successful life rest of your life. I always tell my students to become successful is one thing and staying successful is another thing. You have to pray for you to be successful, of course, yes. After that, you need to know how you can be successful. What are the techniques that you need to use? What are the things that you need to keep doing consistently so that you remain on the top all the days of your life? Lord was reminding me today when I held the donation check that I got from a very precious lady that I didn't even ask for. And the moment I held it, Lord spoke to me that if you follow my principles, you will never have to beg or borrow, because God's principles are set and He doesn't go beyond those principles. In my lifetime, in last 20 years, I suffered a lot, my friend, before I found Christ. And after I found Christ, I sit down every day to understand how He functions. And so many times I would focus on the miracles that I have already received. I focus on the miracles thinking that how He did this miracle. What were the things in place that this miracle was materialized? Nowadays people believe in manifestation, but I believe in manifestation of the glory of God in all the areas of your life, because He is in love with you. He's not there to judge you. He's not there to condemn you. He's there to love you and provide for you like a very, very loving Father. So, homework for you, Malachi chapter 3 and 4. And then I'm reading from Philippians chapter 1. And here, Lord, Paul says, in my life or in my death, Christ will be magnified in me. My true life is the anointed one, and dying means gaining more of Him. So that means Paul had no fear of death. The moment you stop fearing about things, that's where you will really, really activate your faith. I often say that fear tolerated is faith contaminated. So you do not want to contaminate your faith with fear. Then he goes on and says in verse 27, whatever happens, keep living your lives based on the reality of the gospel of Christ. Then when I come to see you or hear good reports from you, I will know that you stand united in one spirit and one passion, celebrating together as conquerors in the faith of the gospel. So standing in unity is very important. My friend, as I'm talking to you, are you able to remember that you have ought against anybody, like somebody you need to forgive or somebody you need to say sorry to? You must do that, because if you don't do it, it holds, God holds accountable for that action. Because if we have unsettled account with other people, God cannot bless us. So every night before going to bed, I would suggest Take out some time to just look at your life that day. How was it from the morning, by the time you hit the bed and you're about to sleep? How it was? Like, was it good? Did you hurt anyone? Did you love everybody that God asked you to love? Did you do everything that He has asked you to do? I was writing down in the car when I was coming today, and I was writing down that doing the right thing at the right time brings us our breakthrough, but doing the right thing at the wrong time or wrong thing at the right time doesn't help. So this is the army rule, like military rule, that you have to be at the right place, doing the right thing at the right time. So many times we are very inspired and we do the right thing at the wrong time. And we are maybe discouraged and we don't do the right thing at the right time. That stops our blessing. So how can I be sensitive to know what is the right time? You may ask. If you do not stay tuned to God, you will always miss out on your kairos moments. The moment when heaven opens for you, the moment somebody is standing out there to favor you, the moments that somebody can just do something for you, that your life will change. You cannot find that moment or be available or stand at the right door at the right time if you are not in tuning with God. How do I get tuned to Him? Sit with Him every now and then, just like you would sit with a friend, and discuss everything with Him. Discuss the word that you don't understand. Discuss the situation that you're going through that you don't understand. Discuss with Him everything that you want to discuss, and you will see that His non-stop guidance is always for you. You know, I have missed God so many times and I have missed opportunities. But whenever I have got back on track and I have listened to what God is telling and have done what He has said, I have seen so much of blessing open up. And when God blesses you, it is beyond you what you can achieve in life. So would you just align yourself to God today and just take a deep breath and say, God, I might have messed up a lot. I might have done things that are only sensual, or maybe things that I like, or things that I want to pursue and it gives me pleasure. But today I want to lay down at your feet all my desires, all that I, me, myself, and I want to do your will. I do not want to walk parallel to your will anymore. Because if I'm parallel to your will, I cannot reach anywhere. I cannot be in the destiny. I cannot reach the destiny that you have planned for me. So would you take a deep breath and say that? So in the beginning, I told you about Book of Malachi. Giving, tithing, and offering plays a major role in your life. If you do not learn to give, you will also not receive, because that is how God functions. Whatever you want, my friend, you have to learn to give that. You want love, you have to learn to give love. If you want people to serve you, you have to serve first. If you want money, you have to give money first. You want material blessing from others, you have to give material blessings first. Whatever kind you give, you attract the same blessing back to you. That is how God functions. So here he says, bring in all the whole tithe. Before that, verse 8 I will read. Will a man rob God? Yet you are robbing me. But you say, in what? In how am I robbing you? So he says, in tithe and in offerings. Many times we feel that tithing and offering are Old Testament. No, all the rules and regulations and the principles are still active in this earth today. The only thing that has changed is we do not come under curse when we come to Jesus, because all the curses are taken care by Him. That means curses are taken away, but the principles are same. So why not understand how God functions? We don't have to follow the 618 commandments and commands, but we can follow His principles, because His principles are set. Tithing is a principle, giving is a principle, serving and loving is a principle, and when we follow that, we get the reward. So he says, bring in all the tithe, the tenth, into the storehouse, so that there may be food in my house, and test me. Test me now in this, says the Lord of hosts, if I will not open for you the windows of heaven and pour out for you so great a blessing until there is no more room to receive it. Trust me, my friend, there are several years now that I have not gone back to a regular job. I was in business, then God called me to ministry, then I served as full-time pastors, then I came back to business. In all this process, I see that God takes care of me so well. One day I asked him that, Lord, I don't even feel deserving candidate for you, and how are you bless me so much? He said, you are like my CEO, and I want to really fully fund everything that you do. So that was like such a comfort. And he said that if anyone goes after me and my heart, I'll do everything for them without even them asking for it. And I have seen it over and over. My house, my life is so blessed that I have to give away things. If I don't give away things, I have no room to keep them. So I fulfill this scripture with humbly I may present today, that I have so much that I always have to give away, exactly the way it says that there is no room enough to contain it. I'm so amazed. How can this be if it is not God? How can this be if it is not a supernatural life that God offers? How can this be if we do not tap into the blessings and the loving and the kindness of God? You know, God is a good God. Take a deep breath today and tell yourself that all the bad things that has happened to you, God did not originate that. So sometimes it is the circumstance, sometimes it is our own mistakes, sometimes maybe Satan. But God is never the originator of all the suffering you went through as a child, as a teenager, maybe in your midlife, maybe in your old age, whatever age that you are in. Whatever has happened that was wrong, it was not God. God is a good God. If you can understand that one thing, that God's plan for me are only prosperity, your perspective, your mindset, your reactions to situation will change forever. And as the modern language says, you will attract blessing. You will manifest your blessing. But that is what the word says. I want to manifest my glory in your life. Wherever I stand, I will manifest the glory in that place, as book of Isaiah 60 says. My friend, before I leave, I want to encourage you, if you're not able to read, play the audio Bible, listen to sermons, saturate yourself in music, in worship music, and create an atmosphere that will attract blessing and will maintain it. As in the beginning I said, being successful is one thing, my friend, and staying successful is another thing. That means you must do two things together. Become successful and stay successful. And it is possible. It's not only about the financial gain. It's not only about a comfortable life. But your heart is something that God actually wants. He wants your heart. He wants you to live dependent on Him. Before I close, Father, I bless everybody who heard us today. I thank you so much that beyond my voice, they heard your voice and they will be able to do the right thing at the right time. You are a God who's full of abundant blessing, and you are much more happier to give them because they are your children. I thank you and praise you for today, that none of them are listening to me by chance, and their life are going to change and they are going to live in victory. Thank you for listening to Victorious Living. Until I see you again, stay encouraged and do good. Never faint. Do good always. God bless you.
Thank you for tuning in. We hope you liked the program today. You can connect with us on our Instagram and Facebook at PSANURADHA, or log on to our website at coachanuradha.co.in. You can also call us at 360-599-5219.
This is the